Hey guys, welcome or welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Jamie, and this will be a reading for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements. Obviously, that's like literally millions and millions of people, so if the reading is not yours, that's okay. Just discard it. Only take a reading that fits your life. And remember that there is never gender here. If I pull a king, a queen, an emperor, or an empress, the gender may resonate, but it really doesn't have anything to do with the person we're talking about. It's all about a personality, which I'll describe. You'll know who we're talking about. All the information for personals is in the description of the video. I also offer a membership, so any extended readings that I do will be over there. I do members only readings and live chats. I do tarot lessons, mental health information, etc., etc. There's just a ton of stuff going on in there. You can check out the membership tab or hit the join button for all of that. And if you're a reader and you want to do a live, let's do it. It'll be fun. You can hit me up. My information's in the description. So I'm just kind of pulling like a situation based off of whatever the oracle wants me to talk about. We'll clarify with the tarot, and we'll grab some advice. I only want one of these. So we have patience. Everything can be accomplished at nature's pace. We have Karen, patience. Create a place in nature's stillness and be renewed. Take time alone to find balance. Step confidently towards your purpose. Patience will bring you rewards. And the divine artist. I am a vibrant creator. I express my unique vision on the palette of my life. My creative spirit flourishes when it is given freedom to influence my environment and choices. I am the artist of my life, co-creating with the divine. The overall energy is the Page of Cups. We have the Nine of Swords, the Knight of Wands, and the Ten of Pentacles. And in the challenge position, we have the Page of Wands. What's interesting is you're the third reading that I did today where the Page of Wands is in the challenge position. I think people are very unmotivated right now. Here's the thing with you is that you're fire. You don't like patience. Let's just keep it real. I mean, that is like a very well-balanced Sagittarian energy is temperance, right? You know, where everything's peaceful and in harmony and there's patience. But usually it's an energy that's needed here. And I think that you have fears around something that you're doing here based off of its inconsistency. So a lot of you have like a goal. It's a long-term plan. It's supposed to get you rich in the end. And, you know, your version of rich, whatever that may mean. So I think that this is something that you know, really is like a creative outlet for you. But again, there's a bit of inconsistency. So this would be like, say, I started a business, right? And it starts off really, really good and starts to kind of slow down a bit. That's the Knight of Wands, right? And so I start getting worried about whether or not I'm ever going to actually make this goal or if I should really just let it go. And this is saying, do something about it. And I'm not talking about stay up all night worrying about, where, what's going to happen, or sit around and worry about it all the time. Instead, do something. If you start to see, look back at what was the success at that time, and are you doing something differently, or is that the problem? Like say that this would be my tarot readings, and in the beginning, I had thousands of views, and it starts to go down. Are my readings getting maybe repetitive? Am I doing them too often? Is there a certain time that I need to be posting? These are all things that I would start looking at before I was like, wow, I'm a fucking shit reader and this channel's not going anywhere. Time to delete it and do something different, I think that this is something that is going to require you to remain creative, not just have one idea and run with it. You may have to constantly be reassessing and looking at new ways to move and different things to bring into it, if that makes sense. But also to have the patience to allow things to grow, to stay with it. So I think what's kind of starting to dwindle down here is your passion for something, and it's based off of like an external source of validation of some kind, be it money or literal validation. Instead of sitting around and worrying about how bad things are getting or getting super emotional about things, I think instead it's urging you to look at, how can I come at this creatively to get more movement again? How do I bring something new and unique into it? Yeah. And the advice, the Ace of Wands, there's Temperance, that's Sagittarius energy, and the Emperor, Aries energy. Actually, I feel like this is saying if you sit down and think about where you were the most successful, you may realize that it was when you were the most passionate. Maybe somewhere along the line you stopped doing something for a specific reason. The goal started to change, I want to say, more towards monetary or something. Start crunching numbers and getting obsessed with that and linking all of the success specifically to just the material. This is something that you can overcome and balance out. It's like you just got to get that spark back. So I think that if you really sit down and think about what is missing, again, it's this passion, it's that fire. It would be kind of, again, I'm just going to constantly relate this to tarot because we're always at a tarot reading and it just makes sense to do that. So for some of you, it probably is tarot. It would be like if I just wasn't patient in the game, and what I basically say I started making some money and that's all that I cared about anymore was how much I was going to make, and am I ever going to get this many subscribers, and am I ever going to get... Bro, it takes a long time, right? So it's obviously going to ebb and flow. Somebody's just not looking at something realistically here. They're prone to just catastrophizing as soon as there seems to be some type of threat to the stability of something that they are working on here. But in reality, you're just worried about the natural ebb and flow that business or transitional phases in times of seasons and things like that go on in the business world, but really not giving whatever this project, this business is what it really needs, which is that fire that you started off with. So like I said, you have to be able to still get up and go at it even when you're not so motivated. Like the real challenge here is that motivation, the will to want to keep going, to try something funky and new. And the advice is to figure it the fuck out. Bring the fire back. Balance out your feelings here, because worrying about it is not going to do shit, right? Sit down, allow the creative energy to flow, get back into things, and that's when you'll see things pick back up. I feel like, someone started getting too set in one direction, and it's based off of this ideal. This is long term. It's not a short term thing. It's going to take a long time. But every step that you take counts. So it's, I don't know how else to put it, but like, it's going to require patience and planning, but you have to keep at it. You can't just give up at the first sign of threat. Okay, I hope this was helpful to somebody. It was kind of confusing to me. See you soon.